We're gonna do a song that you never heard before.
The volume.
Hear the drummer get wicked. Here we go again. It's Kennedy, my brother from another mother. What's happening?
What's going on?
Hey man, it's a Friday, dog. I'm very, very, very glad about this Friday. It feels like with having that MLK off, that kind of almost it had me getting used to having the Mondays off though, bro. So it was dope, man. What's going on your way?
Nothing much, man. Just excited about watching Tari play. Once we get off here.
Okay. What time they play?
7:30.
Okay. Hey man, let's get right on into it. Let's get the music kicked off, Chief.
That would be. Here we go.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. It doesn't matter what your name is. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Try Jesus, not me, 'cause I throw hands. Try Jesus.
Ace Kennedy, bro. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, though, man. I'm actually feeling. I think about it, though, man. I'm feeling really good about this week, though, bro. I thought about it, man. Since we last met, we've had a lot of stuff that happened in such a short while, though, man. Unfortunately, got the news today that Hank Aaron passed away, though, bro. I was that was something there, man. I think that it's. What I thought was interesting to me is that even though Barry Bonds actually passed his record, I think that people still look at 715 like it is still the true home run record for baseball, though, man. But I thought that what was also real dope is that even though other people have, had it being some suspicion with Barry Bonds and steroids and PEDs and everything like that, he was still very gracious about, giving him his props about, taking over the home run record, though, man. So that was very sad to see, though, man.
Yeah, it was. It was just like a quick little gut punch, just seeing that run across the phone. So yeah, definitely was like, whoa, man.
I saw somebody who was like, oh, well, he had the COVID vaccination. I was just like, bruh, come on now. That man was 86 years old. Like, really, peoples, really.
Right.
So
looking for something.
Yeah, reaching. Listen, let me ask you, though, man. Best thing you've seen all week, though?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I was so busy this week. I think probably the best thing I saw this week was actually getting in the studio with the girl Brittany Rowe. Like I was, it was just the light on her face. You know what I'm saying? Like she's really excited about this EP. She's really trying to work hard and getting it done. But I think, just like I said, the light on her face of being in the big studio and like, yo, it's like for her, not like she made it, but it was one of those. When you scratch off that something from their bucket list of something to do. So so I thought that was pretty dope.
I jumped in on a live. She went live and was kind of talking about, the new album, moves that she making, birthday, all that other stuff, though. Yeah, she got a lot going on, though, man.
Yeah, she really does have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Sometimes like making sure she can get it all in. But I mean, she's a hard worker. She really is a hard worker, so I'm rooting for her.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, for me, this was kind of interesting though, man. I had a couple things that happened this week. So I think that let me ask. I'm gonna start this one off with a question and the best thing I've seen all week. Okay. So one of the things that's kind of interesting, we got on the topics here that we want to. Two things. Let me start. So I was just got back from hooping today. Probably one of the best things that I've seen this week. Right. Two young cats get out here. They kind of going back and forth. They bumping their gums. You know, we whipping the team and everything like that. And as long as I've been playing basketball at Briscoe Park, there's never been a fight, right? There's been some there's been some scuffles. There may even been some shoving, but there's never been any true fights. And it's primarily because everybody's been hooping there for years. And so you fool around, you get into a fight today, and then the person you fought with is going to be there tomorrow, right? You're going to be there tomorrow. And then if you fight them the next day, you're going to be there. And at some point, you're going to be on teams with that person, right? Because everybody's been playing out here for years. And so it was kind of cool, man, that I had to have kind of an OG moment with one of the dudes that was there, because these kids been going up there since they was 15 years old, right? And, 16, maybe even younger than that, 13. Some of them have been, though. And so what was interesting about this, though, man, is that I had to kind of pull one of them to the side. He was ready to, ball. He was fist ball. He's staring this dude down. I'm like, bro, look at me, dog. Don't worry about him. I'm thinking, like, I had to explain to him, dog, if he was really talking about that, y'all were standing right next to each other. He took 3 steps back and then started talking to us like he was ready to swing. But I'm thinking, like, bro, this ain't nothing. Like, it's not going to make you any less of a tough guy if you don't fight this dude right now, though, bro. Like, nobody's just going to look at you like you ain't a real cat because you don't fight this dude right now, though, man. I'm like, if anything, though, man, I'm like, we beating this team 12-6, bro. I'm like, he's mad because he's losing. Not that he wants to fight you. It could be anybody, though, bro. So it was just kind of cool, man, just kind of having to have that conversation with the young scrap to be like, listen, bro, there are some things that are worth fighting for, though, man. This ain't one of them, though, man. Yeah, you're not going to gain any more respect by fighting this dude right now. And you're not going to lose any respect from anybody out here, though, man. So that was one thing. So that was today, though, man. So it was kind of interesting. But listen, inauguration, we met on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Wednesday was the last day, and we're going to get into that. But I think that one of the best things that I've seen was Kamala Harris's son-in-law sliding on out here at the inauguration with the Air Dior's on, bro. I saw that. I looked on StockX. They going for like almost 10 bands, 7, depending on your size. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Ace Kennedy, the man who owns 100 pairs of tennis shoes, right?
Uh-huh.
Who would you say is on your top 5 living people who you would absolutely love to meet? And if you met them, of your 100 pairs of sneakers, which one of your sneakers are you wearing for that special occasion? That when you see them now, I gotta be wearing these particular sneakers, bro.
The Rock is definitely one. Kevin Hart is the other.
So you meet The Rock, you meet Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
What shoes are you wearing?
I'm pulling out the Concords, bro.
The Concords.
That will be the first time I wear them on the ground. Or I may still wear another pair to the wherever venue we're meeting at, and then throw them on that.
Then throw them on.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would wear a suit with the Concords, bro. I would wear a gray skinny suit with the Concords, bro.
But it depends on who we talking about. We meeting and where, like, because
that's them. Let's who else is on your list though? Who has 5 people?
Barack is on there. So we got Barack, Kevin Hart, The Rock. I have to. I think Jay-Z is on there. And Tank. I don't even know why that was even.
That boy ride or die for Tank, bro.
Heck yeah, that's my boy. That's my dog.
Ride or die for Tank. I think so. So listen, for me, And I feel I'm gonna toss it on out there. Beyonce is on my list, very easy on my list. And I would wear the Concords with the for you know what, man? I would wear the Concords for Beyonce. I would want Beyonce to be like, damn, Daddy, you got the Concords. Like, even if she didn't say it, if she thought the boy was fresh with the Concords. Definitely Beyonce. I would wear the Concords also for Michelle Obama on my list of 5. I would wear the Concords. For Barack Obama, I would wear the gold Kobe's, bro. I think that he, as somebody who can play a little ball, would be able to appreciate the gold Kobe's. Jay-Z, I would wear the gold Kobe's as well.
Yeah. Now, this though.
Oprah is the last person, and I would wear the Concords for Oprah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think those are like the top shoes that I have. I mean, I got some other ones that are straight for like performance that are fly. Like I got the Sparkle Concords, or whatever like that. But I mean, if we just having a meeting, then I'm wearing the I'm wearing the Reggies. So
if I'm meeting Bill Gates, I'm wearing my loafers. I got some regular everyday, but I'm wearing loafers. Because I have a feeling that he's gonna be wearing them Nike Dad 101s. And I don't think that it'll be about getting fresh at all, though, bro. And so I would feel like I gotta meet him at his level and go equal. I would wear like my New Balances. I might even wear my Reebok, my workout lows, the Soldiers. Something that's just real plain. If I'm meeting somebody like Bill Gates, even Jeff Bezos. I don't think that if I was meeting Jeff Bezos, and I'm just somebody that they were casual. Like if they were dressed up, I would get dressed up. But I think that if it was just, something like that, I would probably just wear my most basic of shoes, though, bro.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this though: are them Diores on your list?
They are not on my list, though. And listen, and I'm one of the person who I love the Jordan 1s, right? I got 3 pair of Jordan 1s myself, and I love them. And this is one of those shoes to where it's another one of the shoes, of course, that when it was like when we were in high school, they were doing re-releases. So it's like if you had them, you didn't have them, and then it was like they didn't come out until like in the 2000s, basically, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've always saw the dunk contest and saw Jordan wearing them. So I always thought they were dope shoes. But I didn't get into the Jordan 1s until later on in life. So while I like them now and I love them, they're probably up there in my top 5 Jordans that I personally like. The Dior's just aren't. No, they're not that high up.
Well, see, there's a second version of them that I like. So if I did get them, I would get those. Because I mean, let's be honest, I got access to them, but it's never been a thing like I gotta have them. You know what I'm saying? If I get them, it definitely would have to be the other ones because the other ones are doper to me. So
I think that, like I said, the ones that he had on, I think I saw those going on StockX for about the low. I saw somebody had posted a picture of them being about 2,900.
Yeah.
When I actually looked on StockX myself, they was like 7,900 though.
Yeah. They were at one time because I remember the Young Bucks talking about them because Matt was trying to get them and they was 15,000 when he was trying to get them.
Jesus, I guess it's all about timing though, man.
Yeah.
That's just like those the mags, right? It's like those is always gonna be like some. Depending on how you get them, the authenticated, the original authentic ones, I've seen them as high as $50,000 though, bro. Before.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive for where I can get them too. They're pretty expensive. Like the dealers that have them, they just laugh and be like expensive, and they put them out there because there's 2 versions. They got the ones that don't self lace. Well, I get 3 versions, maybe ones that don't light up. So you got the ones that don't light up, the ones that light up with just you just slip your foot in, and then they got the ones that light up with the self lace, and those are pretty expensive.
So what, to be honest, more than the Dior's, there are some Jordan wings that I like. They're like I've only seen them for sale in England, but they're Jordan wings, and they are like this goldish. That gold and blackish color, look real weather
Well, they're black. They're black, and then once you put something over it, then it turns into the gold color. Yeah.
I don't know about putting something over them, but when I look at the picture, they always look like they're gold, and so they fire though, bro. But it's funny to me though, man, because I don't know what I like. I don't know why I like gold shoes. I got 3 pair of gold shoes though, bro. And even Neek has 2 pair of gold shoes. She got some gold ASIC Gel 3s and some gold Hirachis. And every time she wears either one of them, somebody's asking her like, yo, those is fire. Where you get them from, though? So that was amongst a lot of things going on for the inauguration. That was one that caught my eye as far as one of the best things. And I think that it was only because I think that he just was thinking the same thing. Like, nah, I'm about to kill him. And people who know is going to know. Let me ask you this. Inauguration, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of performers. You had a lot of stuff going on. What caught your eye the most about the inauguration?
Amanda Gorman. She definitely did her thing. I love the color choice that she had with the yellow and the red. I love how spoken she was. Like, I know she's a poet, but I mean, that's a huge stage, right? Yeah. And even the bar that she had within her thing where she said, who could imagine a young girl who was raised by a single parent who wanted to be president of the United States and gets to speak in front of the one now? Like, it was just I didn't say the exact line, but the bar was dope. And I was just like, man, she was amazing. I did like Lady Gaga. I thought that she was very Lady Gaga. But she also was very classy with what she did. Garth Brooks out there repping with them jeans on.
I like that Garth Brooks said, nah, y'all gonna get this, Garth.
What I thought was interesting though is because of course people had a lot to say. I mean, a lot of people felt like he had, because he was singing for the inauguration, it almost felt like they felt like we was just talking about Chriselle Merced. People were feeling like that towards.
Is he losing? Is he gonna lose? Are they like this? Let me ask you this. So maybe this is a thing. I would be curious to know, right? So and I don't want to seem like there's the black community. And when you say black community, well, listen. When you say the black community, I think that most people know what we mean by black community. I've never even thought of until just now that there's an equal like white community. Like, but I'm just kind of wondering, when Chrisette Michele performed there, the black community, and it's specifically the black Twitter, the hip hop community, the R&B, the music community, kind of fell back on her. But I'd be curious to know though. That I'm not in tap with the country music, but did the country music folks, music folks look at Garth Brooks and say, bro, you jumping on sides with Antifa or the socialists or all the other little buzzwords that they typically like to say? I'd be curious to know that though, man.
I did see some chatter.
I need to ask Justin.
Yeah,
Justin's my new go-to person for that kind of stuff.
Oh, let me see if he'll answer. Hold on.
Justin's a go-to person for those kind of questions.
We'll see if he'll answer.
And listen, that shirt is dope, by the way. I didn't peep that until you stood up just a second.
Justin Robbins, hello. This is Ace Kennedy calling from the Slash Brothers podcast. You're on live, and we just had a question for you.
Okay, go ahead, shoot.
First of all, I have my brother Charles Venus on. You're actually live on the podcast.
Yeah.
So Justin, answer me this, right? So my boy Garth Brooks, is he getting?
Oh Lord!
Is he getting some blowback for performing at the inauguration?
I don't know. What are you asking me? Am I the resident redneck?
Yes. Oh my. Yes.
Hey, I'll tell you this much. Let me tell you this much.
Just listen. Justin is our resident. You know how like on Fox News, they'll have like the one black person to speak on behalf of all, or on CNN, they'll have the resident Republican analyst there who speaks on behalf. You're the guy to speak on behalf of all the best of them now. Now listen, let's put some context to this. Let's put some context to this.
This is why we asked that question, Justin. He'll tell you. Go ahead.
Okay. So 4 years ago, when Donald Trump was being inaugurated, all of the black artists that he had reached out to all declined, and it was just a thing that all black musicians said, "No, we're not rocking with that." And then there was one, Chrisette Michele, who everybody loves, and she said, "You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it." And she's practically been kind of blackballed ever since then. She's not been heard from because she did this. So we were kind of wondering. We have the black Twitter and we have the black music community, and all of them kind of shunned this behavior. So we're just kind of wondering. Garth Brooks came out, and I'm just kind of wondering, is he getting the Garth? I can't believe you performed for these socialist-loving, Antifa-loving, whatever buzzwords are that they say on Fox News.
So yeah, so go ahead, Justin.
I'm here. Okay, sorry, I got disconnected, but I'm back. Okay, let me tell you this one. This is the problem with Garth Brooks, and the only reason is back in like 2003, 4, 5, 6, somewhere around there, whenever the internet stuff was popping off and everybody had their music, he took everything off of every streaming service and made it exclusively to Walmart. So what's unfortunate is it would have been a bigger deal if like Tim McGraw would have done it, or somebody else, or Chris Stapleton. Garth Brooks hadn't been relevant in a long time. He's been retired forever. And so for him to do that, I was like, oh, that's cool. Haven't seen Garth Brooks in like 10 years. I don't know. And then all of a sudden he pops up and he's, just doing his thing. But I mean, for me, I don't know. Garth Brooks hadn't been relevant for me for a while. So yeah, I think it was kind of an attention grab. If you want my honest opinion, there's a lot of people that kind of wrote him off for a long time ago when he did that Chris Gaines stuff.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, go look that up.
Yeah, that's something you need to look up. Just look up Chris Gaines. That's all you need to look up.
So nobody looks at him like everybody.
I think it was a good PR move for him.
People looked at Chrisette Michele like she was selling out. It was that bad.
You would have thought she had COVID the way people were doing her.
People have not fooled her since then.
But she was pretty relevant right at the time, right?
She hadn't really had any major project out, but she was one of those queens, like the Jill Scotts, the
neo soul kind of.
She was one of those people that you just didn't bother. So the fact that her name came up and it was attached to that, and now mind you, she got paid like $250,000 to do this performance, and she was going to use like some of it for charity. Like she had different things going on that she was going to do it for, but nobody even took the time to have the conversation to even ask why she did it, and none of that. It was after the fact, and people had really blackballed her, and it's been crazy. So yeah, and I mean
for him I would say a lot of people have been mad at him for a long time. When you can't find his music. You can't even get it on YouTube. You can't get it on Amazon streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. You can't find it anywhere. You have to buy it from his website.
Oh wow!
So and nobody's even been listening to this guy for a while.
Yeah,
he did the Prince, but Jay-Z kind of did the same thing. You can't find any Jay-Z on YouTube. You can't find it. I don't think it's even on.
But Jay-Z and Prince are cool. I wouldn't mind supporting.
I thought people maybe I've just been wrong this whole time, but I thought people in the country music scene loved them some. He was trying out for like the Mets some years ago. Like I thought people just I thought that Garth Brooks was like the white Luther Vandross.
No. He reigned up there for a little while, but he's not the king of country. You can ask anybody that. George Strait is the king of country. Then you have new kings. You got Chris Stapleton coming out.
Chris Stapleton is that dude.
Yeah, Morgan Wallen, Cody Johnson. There's new guys that are out here that are blowing out of the water what Garth Brooks was doing. I mean, and that's not to discredit. I loved Garth Brooks when I was growing up as a kid and stuff. But I mean, now I'm like, I heard it. And that's why I think most people are like, man.
Well, brother, we surely appreciate you taking the time out to educate us, because We didn't want to put out no
call me
misinformation. Love you, bro.
I can't believe I finally made the podcast.
Hey, yo, y'all give it up for my boy Justin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thing, man.
All right, bro.
Keep doing your thing. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Oh my God. So listen, I think that one of the things that I'm going to say this. One of the things that I think that I love, one of the things that I love the most about that, I'm going to get, so what I enjoyed was the fashion. These women were out here wearing these blazers out here.
They look like
the women were killing. Michelle Obama came out looking fine out here. And I think that one of the things that this is the thing that's oddly enough that I appreciate though, is that the men were mindful enough that I'm not going to try to outdress my wife when she looking this good. So even my boy Barack, very simple, clean cut, real sharp, real grown. But it was, you can't have her dressed like that and then you have a plaid coat on. Or you can't have, it has to be clean enough to make her look that much better. So that's what I can appreciate about the fellas, allowing these women that stage to just be like, all right, my girl is killing it now though, bro. So
you know, if I had been the arm candy on Michelle or any of one of them women, whatever color they had on, that would have either been my tie or that would have been like the little flower joint or something.
Yeah.
I would have did that. I probably would have did all black, a little slim, like you. So yeah, I'm there with
you. I thought that it was just real clean, that no guy was there trying to outdress or outfly the women that were there, right? I thought that was real dope. I think that that was one thing that got me. Dude, let me tell you what I thought was hilarious, right? I for some reason I can't even remember why, but I follow Chrissy Teigen on Twitter, and it's one of the few people that I follow. I don't follow very many people on Twitter. If you follow me, I'll follow you back, but I don't have any rhyme or reason. It's just who. But for some reason, she stands out, probably because I follow her on Instagram. And she said, hey, I think this is just funny that Jovante Biden, as the president, follows only all the people from his staff on Twitter, with the exception that he follows Chrissy Teigen. And she's like, I don't know what I did to get this follow, but he follows her, and she's the only celebrity. I don't think that he follows Barack Obama. It's only his staff and Chrissy Teigen, though, bro. So that is hilarious, though, man. We also got the Bernie memes. We got the Bernie back there ain't fooling with nobody.
I got the Bernie memes on lock on my phone, bro. Like, I got the one, my favorite one right now is the one of him in the UFC where he got that dude in the arm choke.
Oh,
bro.
my God.
But the best one I've seen is on your album cover, bro. That one right there.
Oh, my God. Listen.
I'm pulling it up.
Very tasteful. Listen, that was so good. That was so good that I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't see the big deal. You know, when you first sent it on over to me, and I'm just looking at it, and then I had to look. I was like, oh, my dude back off in the cut on over here, though, bro. So that was hilarious, though, man.
Bro, we was crying, bro. I'm talking about God. Because you said, I said, yo, bro, I said, your stream's about to go up. And you was like, what you mean? I said, man, I just put the picture up. You was like, it's a regular picture. I said, is it?
He blends in so well that he looks like he should be there, bro. He looks like he is supposed to be there.
Sarah didn't even know. I knew she didn't know what her comment.
Oh my gosh, man.
She didn't even know. So she seen it and she said, I hate you, because she had no clue that your boy was sitting in the cut.
Oh my gosh, man. I saw that she commented, love it. And I was just like, okay, did you see that though? So I thought one of my favorite ones, I think that I saw this picture of Bernie with the Wu-Tang Clan, right? That I thought that was hilarious. And then I saw that Full Force, oddly enough, posted an old throwback picture of all of them in their group. And Bernie is over there kicking it with them though, bro. It's so perfect though, man. And I saw that Bernie now is selling that shirt, selling shirt merchandise now with that picture on there that he does for charity and things like that. So I think it's dope, bro.
Yeah. And Dennis posted a good one too, where he was sitting on the goal line watching that ball go. It was the Cowboys one, obviously.
Oh my gosh, with Dez on the catch.
Yeah.
They're listen, brilliant. It's another example of why the internet is undefeated, bro. It's gonna always win, bro. It's gonna always win. So I thought that listen, inauguration day, I thought everything about it, bro, was very tastefully done. I think that I'm gonna keep it a buck with you though. I think that I still have somewhat of an issue when they say, oh, there's a call for unity, bro. And I just think that on some level, and this is going to sound petty, bro, but I'm not ready to unify with everybody. I can unify with some of y'all, but I'm not ready to unify with everybody blindly. I'm not going to jump out the window like that, though. So
yeah, but I think the thing is that it's not for you to extend the olive branch, because the thing is that our leadership right now, 46, is basically said, listen, I'm trying to be here for everybody, whether you voted for me, supported me or not. The people who divided the country is the one that needs to come unite with the rest of us, because we're cool over here. So that's not even for you to extend that olive branch out. I had a friend of mine, I had posted about Kamala Harris doing her oath, and just how historic it was, how dope it was for my daughters to see it, whatever. And so he kind of made a comment like, I may not have voted for them or supported them, but I really hope that they can unite the country. I'm just thinking like, well, bruh, that's on your end.
And not just that, if you can unite the country, then that means you can acknowledge that it was divided, and you've been riding with the people who's been the dividers. That's the thing that's why, to me, I listen. I would hope that people can be cordial, but I got to be honest with you though, man. I can't see. It's hard for me to want to unify and ride with somebody. I'm not willing to budge, bro, on race. Like that's something I'll never just unify with. At the end of the day, I don't wish anything ill on them, but I'm like, nah, you can miss me with that. Nah, I'm cool on that. I'm not. Yeah.
What did you think about him signing those 15 executive orders right off the bat?
I thought that so he basically had to, right? I think that for one, so what I can appreciate about it, right, is that he was very clear in his policy and things that he was looking to do. So from the jump, he said, listen, these are things that may have been some things that 45 was doing that I ain't doing no more, that we ain't doing. So the initiative of rejoining the
World Health Organization.
Right. Yeah, those are things that, that we was like, listen, we've been doing this. And so we're going to get back on it. The Paris, treaty, all those things. And so to me, if you say that you're going to do those things, you got to go ahead and do it. Now, I think that he was clear in his messaging of what he was going to do. I think the stark difference is that when 45 ran, 45, I don't think that he planned on winning, right? Melania didn't plan on winning because that's why she held up in New York for a while. She didn't think he was going to do it like that. And so I think that that's the reason why you had so much turnover in personnel in this cabinet within the first year, because you can't vet people out if you didn't plan to win, right? I think that also it's why the first 2 years, it seemed like all he was trying to do was undo things that Barack Obama actually did with no direction. And I think that at least with the boy Jovante said, listen, these are principles and foundational things that I believe in that I'm going to do. And even if that meant undoing things that the previous president did right off the bat, I'm glad that he at least did what he said he was going to do. And it wasn't necessarily just him going tit for tat, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think it was malicious in the things that he reversed. I think it was things that he felt like, no, these are what's going to help the country ultimately.
Yes.
And so it didn't feel to me like, oh, I'm just anything that Trump did, I'm going to undo it.
I think that's what I think that Trump did with Barack Obama. I think that he was literally trying to erase every significant accomplishment that Barack Obama did from the history books.
But I do think that anybody that supports 45 will definitely think that that's what he's doing. So
sure. But listen, I am kind of curious though, because there are folks that are QAnon folks, the Trump conspiracy folks, where the basis of their deep state conspiracy theory is that Trump is the only one that can take us to the promised land. So I'm wondering what happens to those kind of. It's like this. Here's what I'm wondering though, right? It's like, do you remember when Barack Obama was first running, and especially on his second term, the Tea Party came, or even the first term, Tea Party, all these people, what's my girl from Alaska who lead all these people that they're the Tea Party, right? They just formed to combat everything related to Barack Obama. And so it was only for that purpose. And then here it is now, QAnon pops on up, conspiracy group, and they're based solely around 45. I'm wondering, like, where do those people go? What happens to them? Are they just gonna sit back in their deep state and wait until 24 that then he can run again, and then they back out? Like, what happens to Proud Boys? All these groups that were so pro 45 though, bro.
Yeah. And so what about now the impeachment hearing that's about to start happening?
So I think that, listen, man, I think, to be quite honest with you, the impeachment hearing is just a Hail Mary. I don't think that it's going to take a lot of Republicans to in the Senate to have it go through and have it more official, both houses. I think that when you think about it though, right, only 10 Republicans, despite what all the stuff that happened, only 10 Republican congressmen voted in favor of the impeachment. So you still have 200 something other ones that are perfectly okay with it. So I don't think that it's going to move forward, to be quite honest with you, because it does feel like that the impeachment is a Democratic agenda. It's something that, to me, that I feel like Democratic politicians, this is their thing, that I don't think is going to move forward. But the fact that he is the only president to have been impeached 2 times, that's what I think they're trying to make as part of his legacy as well. But I think, to be quite honest, I borderline feel like it's a waste of time though, bro.
I don't think it's a waste of time. I think that you absolutely go through with it. Regardless of the outcome, you go through with it, because what you have to set is that you cannot be an official of that magnitude and incite something like that and get away with it. So True. Just not doing anything about it now. Like, take it to trial, go do everything that you can, make it do whatever you need to do. Make him spend his money to get his lawyers and everything. Like, do the whole 9, do it. Because you can't just do something like that and then we just be like, okay, well, it's over now. That wasn't even what it was about. Like, everything could have been fine, and you incited that. So nah.
I'm gonna be honest with you though, man. I am. So a couple of things. I was at least. This is the thing that I had to explain to somebody before. So somebody was asking me, like, do you think it's messed up that Donald Trump didn't come to the inauguration? He's the first president in 150 years to not come to an inauguration. And I was like, well, and even though Mike Pence, did go, and I was just like, well, there's a difference, right? Because as much as when people say, the people who were very much in support of 45, they would say, oh yeah, he's not a politician, he's a businessman, right? So it's good that he's going to shake up things and not be conventional, whatever. Well, this is one of those things that happens when somebody isn't a politician, right? It's like you're not a politician, so you don't understand the significance of appearing. You don't understand the presidential behavior because that's not your background. And I can at least appreciate that Mike Pence is a career politician. So he understands that this comes with the territory. It's like if you ran for governor and you were a governor, and then let's say that you lose and then you not be there to congratulate the incumbent. It's like that's just part of being a politician. You can't just say, well, I'm only going to be presidential when I feel like I'm winning. So that was one thing. I wasn't surprised that my girl Melania didn't go, because I think that she was like, nah, I don't want to be any more involved a minute longer than I have to be, though, bro.
Well, I mean, it didn't bother me at all because it wasn't even about him. Like that wasn't a thing that I was thinking about the whole time. Like, well, I wonder why 45 ain't here. Like, it was too important and too symbolic. And it was a different type of inauguration anyway, with not having any people there, whatever the case may be. So it was a non-factor to me, to be honest. And then they was like, oh, Melania's not here to welcome the new first lady and to walk her around. Like, for one, how's she gonna walk her around and she don't know where none of the stuff at, because she ain't never really been there. And then number two, the Bidens have been there before. They know where everything at. They cool. So it's just like, nah, it wasn't even needed, bro.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I think that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm changing it after you get done with that. I got questions.
I'm sitting here. I'm looking here. I'm wondering why comments from my feed isn't showing up over here yet.
Yeah. So my question is, bro, did 45 pardon any of them people that was inciting the violence on the joint?
I don't think so. He didn't walk with them either, like he said he was. So that didn't surprise me that he didn't. But he did pardon Lil Wayne and Kodak Black. What are we doing about
that? I'm giving props to the boy Wayne. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and give my boy his props, man. Let me go.
Give him the props. Give him his props, people. Lil Wayne finessed that move. I don't know about Kodak Black, how he pulled that one on off.
Yeah, but the crazy thing about Kodak Black is he's walking straight into a state trial, right?
Oh my God. You know what's funny though, man? It just died. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Kodak Black still seems like he's still young and reckless. And I don't want to wish it on somebody, but I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. There are other people who I would free BG, bro. See murder. There are other people who I think that have done more time, and that I think that when you free them, that they are more likely to not commit any other crimes. I think that I'm not gonna say there were better people. I mean, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of on the fence with Kodak, man, because he's had several run-ins with the law, man. And it's not to say that anybody can't just turn a new leaf. But but Wayne finessed everybody, because we almost jumped out there and said, what in the hell is Lil Wayne doing with his Tommy Hilfiger cardigan on, cheesing and kikiing going on with 45? Lo and behold, he got this ace in his pocket that we didn't know about, and he is pardoned. Lil Wayne's free. I got to be honest. I got to give him the prop. I didn't see that kind of finessing coming.
No, I didn't see it either, man. And I'm great. Hey, at the end of the day, wasn't nobody gonna do that time with Wayne, so he had to do what he had to do, bro.
So we good with Wayne.
I'm good with Wayne.
Give us props. Give us props. The finesse king. So listen, man. Let me ask you this though, man. I think that one of the things that I am very curious about, and I would love to get your perspective on this one. When it comes to movies here lately, right? I think that one of the things that I am very curious about. Have you watched all of One Night in Miami?
No, and blame that on my wife, because we started it and then baby Charlie had something going on, and so she went in there with her, and we didn't finish watching it. So that is definitely still high on my list to finish. I still want to see that one joint with Falcon in it. What's that joint?
Outside the Wire.
Yeah, I want to see.
Oh my God, I can't even talk to you about them though, bro. Oh my God!
I did catch Wanda Vision though. I caught the new Wanda Vision.
I didn't. I'm trying to catch the new Wanda Vision right after the pod, though, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of exciting stuff out there.
Let me tell you this: do you plan on? Because I wanted to get into this one. Do you plan on watching American Skin? Nate Turner. It's a Nate Turner produced and directed movie, and it is also a Spike Lee joint.
No, I absolutely plan on doing it because I haven't seen him since the movie that got him banned. So let me
lay this one out for you, right? And I'm not gonna spoil it, right?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so the movie, and I say that because I got shout out to the girl Chandra for jumping in on the comment too, though, man. Very, very, very interesting perspective that she gave. So on American Skin is interesting. You got Nate Turner, who was playing. He's a military vet, right? And so he comes back, from doing a couple of tours in the Middle East. He has a son. He's separated from his wife, and he's coping with being a vet and being done. And you probably have some PTSD out there. He's coming out. He's trying to re-enter the world, basically, though. So he's dealing with that. But also he has a son. His son is a very bright kid, man, and his son is out here, and ultimately he ends up getting shot by the police, right? And so the thing that's very interesting about this is that some kid comes on up to him, and they're doing a documentary, basically, of him talking about his son. And what's interesting about it, and you probably have gathered this from the trailer if you've seen it, but ultimately what they end up doing is they wind up storming him and a couple of other people end up storming the police station. And basically they are holding the police officers, of course, like in most of these cases, gets off, and they are found not guilty of shooting his son, even though his son didn't have a weapon. They said that it was probable cause. We've heard that story before. But I think the interesting thing about it is that he said, "No, I want to get justice for my son." So they hold the police officers, they hold the whole police station hostage. They handcuff all the police officers. They actually have the staff. He said, "No, we're having this trial right here." Had 6 people. So they went and got some inmates. They had inmates who are out here at the jail, and these 12 inmates are out here deciding the fate of this police officer, these 2 police officers. And I won't get into the details of how it ends, but I wanted to talk about the conversations that they're having, right? Because I think the one thing that I think was very tasteful about this was that they could have very easily just completely bashed police officers and just drug police officers through the ground. And while they did kind of touch on some of the things about the police, I think that one of the things that was very tastefully done is that they allowed the police officers to talk about things from their perspective. So it was like you kind of got both sides of the story. But I mean, there were layers to it, right? Because you had some Spanish guys that were in the movie, and you had Spanish officers, Spanish inmate. They were talking about things and everything like that. So you kind of have layers where you talk about race, you talk about class, you talk about all of these different layers of things that typically divide us, though, man. And especially when it comes to police. Very, 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 very much needed conversations, though, bro. And I think that if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. I think that it's one of those things that where I think that it's one, if it's like you always, I always kind of go back and forth with like telling somebody if, they wanted to have an idea other than mine about how a lot of Black people see things. I think this is a good movie, a good representation of how some Black people see police, how some Black people see how race is viewed. It is very, very tastefully done, though, bro. And they have a lot of raw conversations in this, though, man. Excellent. Probably one of the more thought-provoking movies that I've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna check it out, man. I just haven't got around to it, and Sarah, she is the binge queen, bro. She she'll get a series of something, bro, and it might be 15 episodes, 2 seasons, and she'll have that junk done in one day, bro.
Wow. No, I gotta listen. This one was good, and so outside the wire, fire. I'm waiting for you. I can't wait for you to finish watching that, because here's what's crazy though, bro. To me, I think what's his real name? Wood. He ain't Wood Harris, is he? He ain't. I'm getting him mixed up.
No. If you wouldn't have asked me, I would know.
Oh my God. He is getting pretty close. He is getting pretty close to always being Falcon. Doesn't matter what movie. I'm starting to see the same way we see Morpheus. He is turning into where I always see him as the Falcon, bro.
Anthony Mackie. I don't know why.
Anthony Mackie. He is there. He is basically, he is turning into where I'm starting to see him always. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, because here's the thing. Keanu Reeves, I don't see him as just Neo. And now he's older and he's John Wick all over again every time. And I can see
Neo to me.
See, he's now in John Wick. I don't see Neo. Yeah, so he's getting there. But the one thing that I can say though is that it did tell me that I like watching him in movies though, bro. So that's the one thing that is pretty dope.
Yeah. I'm interested in seeing what you think of Wanda Vision today.
I'm trying to watch this like immediately after the pass. Speaking of watching, let me ask you this. You didn't watch Keyshia Cole, Ashanti?
Nope.
No. The R&B aficionado, you didn't watch this?
I didn't get the reminder when it was coming on.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. So this is the thing that I was tripped out on. So for me, I'm always interested in the other stuff, not just the songs. What I didn't know that people were so annoyed by Ashanti's laugh, bro. Like I saw people in the comments that was just like, oh my gosh, like people hate her laugh, and she was very laughing in here, and I was blown away by the comments.
Now, I did see people have an issue with OT Genesis being there, because I'm assuming I heard that I guess Keyshia Cole and him had some beef. And
he had the beef because he did his own little spoof of her song where she was like, never knew what I was missing, but I knew once we started. So he had his song. Have you ever seen his video of that?
I think so.
He's like, but I knew once I start cripping, I find it's hilarious, by the way. So they had their little back and forth, but they brought him on, and I thought that was pretty cool, though, man. I thought that was dope.
Sister did not appreciate it at all. She went in.
Who did?
Keisha Cole's sister.
Oh my God!
He had plenty to say about it.
Listen, let me tell you what's crazy. So tell me why you brought up Keyshia Cole's sister. Probably like a month ago. I'm in downtown Duluth, and I'm doing a photo shoot with the research department, right? And Nick was like, "That's Keyshia Cole's sister right there." And Nephew, I'm like, "You sure?" I'm looking at her. Me and Landon walked back. I was like, "Yo." Let me tell you though, bro, wouldn't have guessed it. Like you see on TV, they made up and everything like that. If she didn't want to be seen, perfect disguise, bro. Because I was just like, bruh, like really, bruh. Like she was out there. I was like, so that's like, listen, speaking of comments though, one of the comments that slid in there that everybody's talking about. So Lil Bow Wow mentioned that he has some new music coming on now for the people who are interested in Lil Bow Wow music.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that he used to date Black China, which I'm still blown away that people are that interested in Black China. I mean, she's been around the scene. She's been in the circuit. But he mentions that he was dating Black China. I don't know if he was just dating, whatever it is, but also Keyshia Cole, right? He mentions it in the song. And so Lil Bow Wow in the comments, when she's late to showing up, the thing is supposed to start at 8:30. I think it must have came on at 9:30, right? Lil Bow Wow said, yeah, she wasn't this late when I would call her. She always is basically on time. I was like, man, Bow Wow, like, like you going there because he apologized about it. And I'm thinking, like, bro, now you capping for clout out here. Like, it's cool that you did date her some years ago, but it felt like a reach, like you. But listen, I don't know. I've never just had an extensive past with celebrity chicks, so I don't know. Maybe. I mean, listen, Ace Kennedy. If I used to date Beyonce, I would bring it up to you all the time, bro.
Yeah. If I was Laura London, I'd say something to you all the time.
Right. This is how casual it would be. You'd be like, "What you eating today, bro?" I was like, "Well, you know what, man? I'm about to go ahead and get this chicken Alfredo. It ain't quite like the kind Beyonce used to make 10 years ago, 20 years ago. But it'll do, man. It's straight. Yeah, but what shoes you got on? You know what, man? I got these J's on, bro. They ain't quite the ones that Beyonce used to like. But, they'll do, man. They straight.
Yeah, man. I feel you.
So I don't know, man. But I was blown away, though, man, that the boy Bow Wow was just still out there, active, apologize, and then circle back and double down on it, though, man. I'm thinking, like, bro, come on, bro. Either you fronting now or you was fronting then.
Well, I'm just saying, Bow Wow do got an extensive resume, though.
Let's talk. Listen, you're gonna have me talking about it. We was talking about Lori Harvey. She got a woman resume. Listen, bro. If we talking about it, and we're listen, I understand. Bow Wow does have an impressive young man's resume. For someone of his age, he has a very impressive. Hold on. Give him his props. Very much like Nick Cannon, he scoops them up early in their hay, gets them early, right? So I can understand maybe I impressive. Would you say top 5?
Bruh, he got a list, man, and I'm not mad at him. And the crazy part is he ain't even told all of his list. That's
I didn't know the Keyshia Cole. I didn't know Keyshia Cole. And listen, I think that he was with Keyshia Cole, and it was, I don't know if it was Keyshia. I'll tell you, there was Keyshia Cole before she got the grill right. That's the Keyshia Cole I love. I would be that, bruh. Let me ask you this though. Okay. Keyshia Cole has not been around, but she has usually some fairly public, high-profile relationships, primarily because she is, she had a reality show, so she's very public with her relationships, bro. But I think that all of them, hasn't been that successful. I know that she has a kid with Boobie Gibson, and that has to be looked at as some kind of success, though, bro. But with Keyshia Cole looking as good as she does, though, bro, do you think that she's a victim of her type? I mean, if a type of guy, I'd imagine, right, that if she went with Boobie's fairly tall, right, but she was with the young guy that she had a kid with now. Like, is there some kind of pattern that she has? Like, what is it about Keyshia Cole, bro? Like, why ain't nobody just going ahead and locking this thing down, bro?
I don't think it's necessarily her. I just think the relationship didn't work out. I mean, you look at J-Lo. J-Lo went through a string.
J-Lo went through a string, but everybody was trying to lock her down. Everybody tried to marry her.
Maybe she got too much hood in her.
Okay. I'm just kind of wondering, bro, that she's had the relationships, she's had the kids, and I don't know that anybody's married her. Maybe someone's proposed. I don't know that she's been engaged. I think maybe the young dude, maybe, but he was like 22 or something like that. But I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I just start to wonder that all of these women that are in their 30s now, fine women that are in their 30s, and they're still walking around and had never been, bro. Like, at some point, I would just wonder, like, what do these fellas have to say about you that make you think, like, nah, bro, this is why I wasn't trying to lock that down?
Well, I mean, a lot of times too, though, a lot of women have some unrealistic standards that they are trying to, like, you'll hear a lot of people say, like, no, I will not settle for anything other than this. And you'll hear guys say all the time too, like, a lot of y'all women are trying to have these, you know, flawless men, but you're flawed yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, you'll have, I mean, I know a couple of different women who are beautiful women that are single, that in my opinion would be dope wifey material for a lucky gentleman. But what is it? You know what I'm saying? So it may not necessarily be them. It could be the people that they are attracting.
Hey, it's Kennedy.
What's up?
But this is my thing. That goes back to one of the things that I'm wondering, right? Because at some point, right? At some point, like, when is the point that you can't blame the people that you're attracting? When is it just you? I tell you this. We talk about this. We talked about this before. I personally have the rule of 30, bro. Like, if you're in your prime at by 30, bro, that I almost feel some kind of way that you mean to tell me that at your finest and at your peak, now, unless you just peaked late, you may have bloomed late and you just now hitting your stride at 35 and everything like that. But I still feel like there's something about you. What is it about you? You should be able to have a self-check moment that just says, you know what? I just don't got this thing figured out. It's something about it. Could be.
I don't know that it's always, like, I do agree that it might be the common denominator is the person, but I still, when I say, like, the older you get, the narrower your dating field is. Because
you think so?
Yes, because think about it, bro. Like, if you are, for instance, I know somebody who's around our age, right? Around 40, right? And they're still dating. So you think about the other men who are 40, them dudes, most of them dudes are single for a reason. You know, the best bet is you to come off somebody who's been divorced, who has kind of been in that relationship, like, you know, somebody who's seasoned, who's looking to get back in the relationship game. But you, like you say yourself, right? If you was to get divorced, you wouldn't be so quick to go dating again.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying.
I take a sabbatical.
Right. So now you're dealing with people who, if you're like 35-ish, 38-ish, 40, 42, that dating pool is very, very shallow, because it's like, it ain't many of them left, right? And in the ones that are left, like, there's probably a reason why they single.
See, but this is my thing. But that goes back to that. I can understand I can understand a female who was married, that I can understand a female that was married that was divorced, right? I get that. I'm just talking about somebody who's just always been dating somebody. Like, I'm just saying, like, like, if you've been in relationships that are 3 years, 4 years, 5 years long, right? And you're saying unless, and not to say that I want to push marriage on everybody. Marriage isn't for everybody, and everybody doesn't. But I think that to some people, there's still that goal. And I'm just kind of wondering, like, at some point though, right? I think that you just kind of have to self-check, right? Like if you're a guy.
Let's see, that's the thing. A lot of the women that I talk to that have those particular things, they are self-checking themselves. Like, they are wondering, like, what is up with me that I see a chick who's been proposed to or been married 3 or 4 times, but I can't get one proposal. Like, what is?
I knew a girl who was proposed to 5 times, bro, and she told me this when she was like almost 31. Everybody she's ever dated tried to propose to her, bro.
Yeah.
So this is the thing about it, because everybody she dated proposed to her, it made her think, let me scale back here, because maybe she said, I'm wondering if I feel like I'm giving too much too fast to make everybody feel like I need to go ahead. But she was proposed to 5 times by the time she was 31.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
She was with someone when she was 18, and broke up with him by 21. But by 21, within 3 years, that person a young buck said, "Nah, I got to take this off the market, bro." Early, he recognized it.
I think everybody's situation is different. I'm not knocking what you're saying about that. Everybody is probably responsible, the person themselves, and then the people that they're dating. So I just think every situation is different. But yeah, man. But yeah, well, man, what else you got going on?
You know what, man? I'm about to watch this Wanda Vision, and depending on how that works, I'm hoping to finish my little ADD moments with the studio, man. I was all over the place last night.
I listened to the one that you sent me too.
Oh my gosh, listen, man. I like I said, I started on maybe 10 different tracks. I'm like all over. I had 10 different sessions pulled on up, and I was like, oh, this might go good here, but it don't sound good on that. Boom, let me drag it. Boom, boom, boom. And before you know it, man, 10 beats started just to only finish 3 beats, which I was very proud of because I think all of those were keepers. Though. So, what you got on deck, man?
Bro, like I told you, 7:30 gonna be watching the Prince, young Smitty Latarius.
It's not a game. It's an interview.
Nah, it's a game.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So that link that's on Facebook, you'll be able to watch it. You click on the link and be able to watch the game. So I'm gonna beam it to the TV and watch my young man play. Man, I'm excited. We had a very dad-son conversation earlier this week. He was kind of down on himself about some stuff, and we kind of talked through some things. So I was grateful for that conversation, and definitely been working on the other Prince over here with dealing with some of the stuff with his team. So had some conversations with his coaches today, and all of us are on the same page, and we're just trying to keep encouraging him because it's. And so I just told him, I said, do you know how much respect that they have for you? He was just like, it kind of like probably caught him off guard. Like, yeah, I do know. But like, yeah, like they know that you got the team on your back, but this is what you got to do. Like, this is what you got to do. So,
yeah, man. I think I might try to peep that while I'm watching this Wanda Vision, though, man. But I'm really very much so looking forward to the weekend. We are getting away from some rain here. And so I'm trying to enjoy just a little. I think over the next couple of days, we're supposed to creep up into the 60s, though, man. So I'm going to get out there and try to get on out, maybe wash up the Bel Air, get my girl Billie Jean clean for a tune-up or something, though, bro. But that's about it, though.
That's what's up, bro. All right.
Let's go out here. Let's get that music, that Ace. Salute. Be sure to subscribe to the Slash Brothers Facebook and YouTube page. Every episode is uploaded to Spotify immediately after the show. Check the boys out.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.